Disclaimer,
Dude, I have no idea.
everything discussed in this stream is alleged. Everything is based on our opinions. Please do your own research.
Can you hear me? Holly?
Hello, hello, hello.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. Are you?
It was not me, was it? Can you add me? I don't know why I'm hiding.
You're hiding because of that. Hello, welcome. It wouldn't be a Real Housewives of Alberta stream without some sort of boomer shit going on.
You know what? It probably was me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. Everybody else, can you hear us okay?
Because I got a microphone. See, this is why we're having tech issues. Everyone's left. There's literally no one here now.
That's okay. They'll all come back in once we get, because Kat said we're having tech issues. So yeah, we're fucking having tech issues. Welcome to Tuesday, the shit show.
You know what? It's fun.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, if we were professionals and this was our job, not just a hobby that we have fun doing,
we'd be getting paid.
Yeah. Well, no, we'd be getting fired.
Okay, so I'm getting used to this new mic. It's echoey in my ears, and I don't know what to do about that.
Oh.
You don't know.
Do you have a speaker that you can just unplug, or can you plug into the mic?
I just got it figured out so that. Oh. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just swing it. But everybody was. I got enough complaints about how people couldn't hear me, and now I got a microphone, but now it sounds fucked up on my end. Whatever. Fine. I love it when we have technical issues right at the beginning. I'm so sorry.
What was the third song that played?
Doesn't anybody or everybody? I think it's called Everybody.
By.
Starts with an S. It's from the 90s. It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, Messerschmitt in the chat was asking who did the.
Yeah, I'll find it right now.
The last song. Yep. So if everybody wants to refresh the stream and come on back in and drop us a like because we suck at streaming, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's like a vote of confidence that we're going to get better, okay?
Yeah. We've been doing this for a year now. You think we'd be better at this?
No, it was my fault. It's because I was trying to fix my stupid audio and I thought I fixed it. I got excited and I think I clicked leave.
Oh.
Let me see.
All right. So we're back. We can get started now.
Yeah, just 1 second. I'm finding the song for you. Why is it so fucking hard to find the song? Oh my God, why is my life like this? I'm here. Don't worry. Just ignore me. You know, Ollie, you can play the first video. While I find this.
Okay, so we'll take care of the first video here. Media House. Oh, do you know what we haven't seen in a very long time?
Oh,
baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body.
I think that's why we've been having issues. That's why we've been having issues, is because Johnny hasn't been on and he's doing something to our videos. He's upset.
Yeah. Well, probably. Messerschmitt, it's Stabilio. Stabilo.
Okay, hopefully he got that. We'll put it in the Telegram.
That's a good one.
Yep. So this is a good song. It's very nice.
I realized after I made the music, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, she's depressed today." I'm not. I was feeling kind of relaxed. So, all right, what are we doing here? Well, I completely lost track of what we're doing here. Welcome to the stream. I feel like I've got a concussion.
Okay, well, we've got all your videos that were loaded.
I'll just start, okay?
Are those in? Do you want to go into current news first?
No, not yet. Not yet. We gotta build up because Courtney's stupid.
Curtin is stupid.
Well, it's just all we see all day long. Twitter was like fuck today. It's just everything's been really intense today, guys. So we're gonna build ourselves up to intense. Okay.
Okay.
Like an orgasm. This stream is gonna be like an orgasm. See, right now we're in the awkward foreplay part.
Yeah,
you know,
tantric.
we're just getting to know each other's body. It's real awkward. But you're about to suck a nipple right here.
I could put chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Crap.
I thought that was such a good AI.
That's kind of scary. The poor frog.
All right, we got
boy hole or a girl hole or a lady hole. It's a man hole. Men go down to work there. And there's always one man outside to help. It's not a boy.
Mr. Rogers would have been canceled.
I'm surprised he hasn't been canceled already. That they haven't like brought him back from the dead.
A man like that. He's
Yeah.
a little angel. He's a little angel. This was fucked up.
Have any incense?
Incense? Me and my dad are close, but like not that close.
Incense.
Okay, like like maybe once or twice.
Hey,
Holy fuck. Yeah,
We're all gonna die, aren't we?
we are. Speaking of orgasms, guess what? I don't know why this was in my feed. I mean, I do know.
I know.
it's in my
We know
feed.
why it was in your feed. Fuck you.
So we're gonna do a little history followed up by a little tune. It was funny because they're both on different platforms, both at the same day. And I'm like, I feel like God is sending me a message.
Women experiencing anxiety, mood swings, and depression were often taken by their husbands to a doctor who would diagnose them with a condition called hysteria, which we now understand as anxiety. In the doctor's office, the treatment involved pelvic massages to induce what was referred to as a hysterical paroxysm, which we now recognize as an orgasm. Many women began visiting doctors specifically requesting this treatment, which left the doctors exhausted by the end of the day. As a result, a vibrating device was invented to administer the treatment more quickly without the need for manual intervention by the doctor. This is how the vibrator was created. At the time, it was seen as a healing tool and was only owned by the nobility. The vibrator only became widely popular after appearing in adult films, gaining a reputation as a sinful product, thus diverging from its original purpose.
Okay? But then, part two. Like, this is all different platforms. Same fucking stream. Or same.
You come and then your husband pays. I want to be a hysterical woman in the 1880s. Therapy-wise, it was the best time for the ladies. I don't want introspection. I don't want to grow if I have an inner child. I don't want to know. I don't want to analyze all my pain. I just want an orgasm and free cocaine. You go to the doctor.
Right?
Well, it cured hysteria, so there's.
See, that's the problem. Somebody stole my vibrators. Now I'm hysterical.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. That's why the stream crashed. Everybody to see. We've got 2 people watching, Holly.
Oh, we got more than 2 people watching. Everyone, hands up in the chat.
It says 2, which makes me feel really bad. I'm sorry, guys. My hysteria has taken over.
Oh,
Replacing
okay.
those.
So in the chat, we've got Messerschmitt, who wants to know the name of the second song, not the third one. Walking Style is here. We got Kat in the chat. Shannon is here. Welcome. We got
Runaway to
Arctic
Mars.
Hyman.
Okay,
What?
good. Hi, everybody. Thank you. All
Nice.
right, Runaway to Mars is the first one. I don't remember who it's by, but if you type in Runaway to Mars, you'll find the song. It's such a beautiful song. I love driving to it, like cranking it.
It's a good driving song.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling like a little bit emotional, you can ugly cry to that song pretty good too. I heard it from a friend. So I wanted to show you guys, like, there are some really available men out there. I saw this video and I thought, my God, what is wrong with me? How am I not finding these guys? Like, they're not showing up in my feed. But look, ladies, look it. He's single.
Why'd you flinch? He hits you, doesn't he? I'll teach him a lesson. Hey, buddy, you should never hit a girl, especially one as hot as her. You'll burn for this. Girl, these dragon claws can keep you safe on the battlefield and satisfied in the bedroom. Dragon is waiting for you.
Wow. You saw what he could do with those claws.
He's got some moves with the claws. So
Dude, I swear to you, every time I see a video like that, I just thank God again. Like, thank you, God, that wasn't my kid.
I've seen that guy around a bit. Like, I think he's doing a parody.
I feel like he does think he's sexy.
I think he's doing a parody. I think he's doing that because he gets tons of clicks and likes and everything. He doesn't truly believe that. He's playing a character. It's just a parody. It's hilarious. And it's
hilarious.
It's kind of wholesome. It's kind of cute.
I thought, my first thought was this. It's a little bit this.
Shout out to everyone with the autism. You're so cool. And nice. And you are the best. The autism.
Like after with the POV of what they're doing.
You're just walking by.
You're like,
oh, these kids.
Yeah, that's why I don't film in public, because I don't want to look like a autism.
Don't worry, you guys. I only got one more video. It's a scary video, but Holly's gonna need someone. Is Aaron nearby?
Yes. Do you want me to get him to cover his eyes?
He's gonna need to hold you. This is terrifying. It's actually fucked up, but it's terrifying. And then we'll get into the politics. Okay. So everyone, trigger warning. This is super scary.
Oh no, it's coming my way. It saw me. I compel you in the name of Jesus. Be gone, evil spirit. I think he's actually taunting. He's looking for trouble. Uh-oh, did he find a target? Let's see what's over here. No? He's driving around. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I said he. It might be gender neutral. Oh, is he really coming this way? Is this happening? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is this really? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
I thought it was so funny. I was like, what the fuck? That's the kind of luck I have, though.
Me too.
Right?
Yep.
All right, guys.
My question is, why didn't he back up and get out of the way?
Well, because nobody actually thinks they're going to hit, especially when it's deciding like that.
When Satan Cart is coming?
Yeah, well,
You
it
don't just-
looked
yeah,
like
you
it
run.
changed its course of direction.
It did. It was following him. But he can go faster. He was in a truck. So he can go
You
faster.
could
than
also
Satan
smash
Cart.
its back.
Can you imagine? Has anyone in the chat, or you, Rocky, seen the movie Rubber?
The rubber what?
It's called Rubber. R-U-B-B-E-R. Rubber. So it's a story of a tire that's possessed and it kills people. And there's a group of people that followed around to watch the murders.
Oh.
It's highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
I'll probably
Awful
watch that
movie.
tonight.
Yeah, it's an awful movie. Don't get mad at me if you hate it, but it's called Rubber. It's one of those cult movies that was so terrible that it's actually kind of funny and good. I remember I showed it to my kids when they were way too young, psychologically damaging them.
I did that with It by accident. It was an accident. You know when you go to the grocery store with your kids and they're fucking annoying, and they're 5 and 4, and they want everything, and they're just bitching up a storm. Can we have this? Can we have this? Can we have this?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we go by the bins of movies. I think we must have been at Walmart. Anyways, the bins of movies. I'm like, yeah, you pick one.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them picked the. Oh, thanks, Jab. One of them picked a clown movie. I didn't even look at it. Just whatever. Shut up. Basically,
Right.
I felt in that moment. Anyways, get home. They take their movie. They're gonna go watch it. Austin knows how to use the DVD player. Anyways, I'm in the kitchen putting the groceries away and whatever. And all of a sudden, the boys came out of the bedroom very upset. And Austin's like, "Why would you let us do that? Why would you let us get that movie?" And I'm like, "What?" Anyways, they bring it out. It's It. I'm like, "Oh fuck! I haven't even watched it because I'm too scared." I didn't mean to, but yeah.
And you let your kids watch that? I
didn't
read
know
the
that that's
book.
what they got.
I read
wasn't
the
paying
book,
attention. It just
and I
happened
was
to
like
come out.
maybe 12 years old. Like I was a big reader when I was a little kid, and I was totally into Stephen King. And I was like 12 when I read the book, and the book is terrifying. Well, it's terrifying, but there's also like a child orgy in it, and the description of her father molesting her. Sorry, spoiler alert. Is like
Why can't my kids get that? Is it in the movie?
You don't see it in the movie at all.
Oh,
It's
thank
kind of like softly implied, but in the book it's very described. And yeah, and I read that at 12, so no wonder I don't trust people and stay at home all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cujo for me actually really triggered me like into him.
Yeah, that was
I was phobic of dogs for a long time. Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay,
no doubt.
but you guys, we're now gonna get to Canada. How fucked up things are. They're so great. I love it. I don't, but I saw this video. I think we have to open our Canadian political talks with this.
Oh,
this guy is great.
This one.
Elbows up, remember. Elbows up now.
I love it. It's so creative and it's so fucking stupid and it's exactly how I imagine all these people.
Is it okay? Is that a parody?
Well, it better be. But if not, it's fucking hilarious.
Is that, please let that be a parody, because the whole elbows up thing, I've seen it all over my social media. Everyone going, "Yeah, it's time to put your elbows up," and I'm like, "You've never been in a fight
parody. There's no way that guy did that video thinking it was badass.
You've never been in a fight before, have you?"
No. No, I don't even like. Well, I don't like fighting, but I also do not like hitting my elbows on anything.
No, and
elbows up.
having your elbows in this position, like I see all the pictures, like elbows up, guys, and I'm like, that's the worst defensive position you could ever. What can you do from here?
I guess you can just like, I don't know, but I don't like getting my elbows hit. It's fucking gross. It feels gross.
The scariest part of that whole elbows up thing is everyone in Canada is showing off their weenus, and I'm very offended.
Well, it's just like any other thing that any other time where they are all on the same script and they're all agreeing. It's a plan. It's a script. It's a script. It's so stupid. The same person probably did the whole "we're all in it together." That's probably the same writer.
Yeah, flatten the curve.
Yeah.
2 weeks to stop spread.
Just 2 weeks. It's just all gross and gay. So we got Mark Carney. I got a clip.
Or Poilievre's new thing.
What is it?
Boots, not suits.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
He's really reaching all the hardworking people out there with that. That's how he's relating.
Relatable.
Very, I'm sure.
Yep.
It's just also fake and gay. So anyways, we will watch this just so it's historically on.
I've just requested that the Governor General dissolve Parliament and call an election for April 28th. And she has agreed. We are facing the most significant crisis of our lifetimes because of President Trump's unjustified trade actions and his threats to our sovereignty. Our response must be to build a strong economy and a more secure Canada.
I want him already to fuck off and go away.
Mm-hmm.
He's irritating me. Oh, I know which video I didn't upload yet because I wanted it to be last after all this. But like the shit that they're planning, I don't like it, and we're in so much trouble, Holly.
Mm-hmm.
He just sent $100 million to Gaza.
Yes.
We are broke.
Yes.
What the fuck? Like, why? Why is this even? I just don't get it. And how is he even having? So if he can't make decisions because Parliament's not in, how does he even have permission to spend any money?
It was so. Yes. So humanitarian aid is already legally obligated. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, humanitarian aid does not have to pass through Parliament, and it doesn't have to pass through Senate. It just gets agreed upon because Canada is a have nation, and where it's like through the UN and NATO and everything and all that stuff, we already have it in place legally that we have to support, and it's up to our government to determine the amount. So they can just sign checks. Like he can just sign checks until the end of time.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Except Canadians, right? Like, go fuck yourself. You'd be fine. You want to go ahead and launder your money and go ahead and steal from us, whatever, fine. Give us some, though. Give us some, you cheap motherfucker. That's where I'm at, guys. I know people are like, you're not responsible. Yes, I don't care anymore.
He gave 100,000 or 100 million?
Yeah, 100 million.
Yeah, so like cut checks for every single Canadian that's on the census. There's like 40 million of us. Yeah, just fix the economy right away. Done. Economy fixed.
Well, I remember once I was driving with Alex. Oh my God, my math skills were so atrocious. I'm surprised he didn't drive off the cliff. I was like thinking, like, how many millions of Canadians are there? And I think back then maybe there's 38 or something. And he's like 38 million. I'm like, so why not just write us all a check for $1 million if they're gonna do this? Then we're all millionaires and we've got money to spend. And he's like, shut up, Ollie. Because he was driving on the highway in Ontario and he did that look too, but he did it for a little bit shorter period, thank God, because we would crash. He's like,
the math ain't mathin'.
Listen, I've never claimed to be good at math.
Yeah, no, we've never claimed to be professionals here.
No, listen, I'm learning as I go, just like a lot of the people out there, okay?
Yeah, me too.
But I think this guy's take on life and like what we're doing here, guys, I think this take is actually pretty fucking honest.
All planned where we pretend to be someone we're not at work so we can get money that we pretend is valuable so we can pay for our house that we pretend to own, and we can watch people pretend to be something else on social media, and we listen to a government that's pretending that they care about us, and we're going to a store to buy food that they're pretending is healthy. What the fuck?
It's all pretend.
Yep.
It's not even fun.
Except for us, we're not pretending.
What? No, we're so amazing, actually. This is a sex cult, and we are fucking amazing.
It's the cake cult. So there's real cake on the end of the enrollment process.
And an orgasm. and you don't need to submit your ID.
We need to know you're 18 or older. 18 or older only. Come on.
Well, I don't think they have many kids interested in live stream.
I don't know. Messerschmitt sounds kind of young.
He is pretty young.
I'm joking.
He's a youngin'. He's a youngin'. So we've got that. And then really quick, because I know you've probably got TV slogan turbans number. Messerschmitt, you're so bad.
Oh, I thought of this too, Messerschmitt. When I saw that, that's Canadian Sam Hyde.
Is he?
Yeah, doing the elbows up video. That was Canadian Sam Hyde.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, totally. It looks just like him, little chubbier, but he's Canadian. Whatevs.
I thought you were serious for a second. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
See, everything's pretend when you guys want. What's this? Okay.
Controversial decision. A mother in Phoenix, Illinois, taking advantage of a safe haven location.
Not that yet. Not yet. Sorry, kids. One more video I need to show you, Holly, because it's actually stressing me the fuck out. It stressed me out for years. If you go on my Facebook, you'll be like, why are you so obsessed with this? There's a reason. I don't, first of all, like being told, but I can't stand this. They're gonna make it so that we can't drive anything fun. And I went on. Did I tell you that I went on a date with a guy? Guys, when you hear what an idiot I am, this guy was super nice, real attractive. Ironically, he drove a Hummer. Okay, when you hear the conversation, though, you're gonna be like, "What?" But he didn't just drive a Hummer. Like, it was like fucking. It was designed off road and had like this cage on it. It was just so.
Okay, was it like the real Humvee?
Yeah, like the original, like real Hummer, not the little.
Not the H1 bullshit that they made.
It was real, and then he was so nice. I knew him from school actually, and he was nice. And he invited me. He invited me to go on a trip, like to some caravan place and stay on a yacht. Like, okay, listen. So many things were marking all the boxes. We go out for dinner. We're at dinner, and he's telling me about how his other. I'm so fucking pathetic. He's telling me how his other car is a smart car, and I'm like, ew, like immediately, like ew. And he's like, well, I can't drive this thing into freaking work or whatever, like downtown every day, like it's not feasible. I'm like,
yeah,
well,
point.
I don't agree, but anyways, it's fine, do your thing, whatever. And then he's like, I said, I don't ever want to drive a smart car. I think they're fucking terrible. They're awful. I don't want to ever drive anything that's got geofencing in it, or where, anything could be programmed to change the speed limit, or you know what I mean? No fucking thank you. And he's like, got real cocky. He's like, what do you think is going to happen in the future? It's like, obviously, all the cars will be smart cars. I was so angry. Dinner's ruined now. Like, because I mean, like, when I say I take this so seriously, I do. Like, I was enraged at dinner. I'm like, don't tell me I'm going to drive a fucking smart car. I'm never driving a smart car. Meanwhile, my car is, by the way, Karen, my car is I love Karen. She is a hunk of shit. Okay? And I mean, there's stuff leaking and steering's gone and everything's gone bad about Karen, but I love her. I don't want her to die yet. But I will not drive a smart car. I don't like them. And I don't like being told I'm going to have to. But listen to this shit. Listen to this shit.
The federal government has unveiled its roadmap to phase out the sale of gas and diesel passenger vehicles. After 2035, you won't be able to buy new ones anymore. The regulations will require automakers to sell 20% zero-emission cars by 2026, 60% by 2030, and 100% by 2035. As Abigail Beeman reports, it is a big shift, and some are concerned about affordability and a shortage of electricity.
All new cars, no emissions by 2035.
To ensure we don't get left behind and that we keep driving towards the opportunities being created.
And more people are driving electric. According to Statistics Canada, in the third quarter of this year, the percentage of electric vehicles registered jumped to 12.1. British Columbia and Quebec drive the most, already meeting the 2026 goal of 20%.
There are real challenges to electrification, including affordability and charging infrastructure.
The auto industry questions how realistic the plan is with so far to go on infrastructure and cost and uncertainty around available and affordable electricity.
Charging at home is a challenge for a lot of people that live in multifamily settings.
The government suggests it's working on all of it with a ramp up of charging infrastructure and claims EVs will have price parity with traditional cars within a decade. Currently, there's still a large upfront cost difference, and not everyone is ready to plug in.
And I don't completely trust them yet.
I could be okay with that, like if I can afford it.
I like my car. I'm good.
Canada's Electric Vehicle Society calls the announcement a step in the right direction, and while acknowledging the same concerns, believes industry, private sector, and government need to work together for a fix.
These rural highways where there isn't infrastructure, there's grid issues, capacity issues, and just cost issues, right? Like, you know, running cables to the side of a highway in the middle of nowhere is expensive.
Guys, it was 10 years.
Shit, that is 10 years away.
That's not like, and that sounds like a long time, but it's not. And I'm not doing it, Holly. Like, I will fucking, that is like physically, you guys should see my body just gets really enraged. I am not kidding you. I wish that if anybody who has like land or, I don't know, start at a junkyard, I'm telling you, start fucking getting some older vehicles, some, 90s to 2008, nothing older than that. And just start stockpiling and picking the fucking parts right now. Right now, you could be so filthy rich.
And just start,
because people don't want. There's going to be more people who want to be able to replace the vehicles that they have.
Do you remember, oh my gosh, I can't remember how long ago, but it was the right to repair when the smartphones started getting, so you couldn't fix them, that you had to buy a new phone. And there was that one guy who owned a phone repair shop, and that was his business. And he started like a lawsuit against the government for the right to repair.
Good.
And that trickled down into like appliances and things like that that were becoming too electronic that just a normal person couldn't take it to a shop or repair it themselves.
Right.
So to have that right to repair legislation set, and I think
the
it was
fact that we need it is fucked up.
Yeah, like my washing machine just broke, and to fix it would cost the same as just buying a new fucking machine.
That's because we made everything disposable.
Yeah, it's disposable. And I was looking at my mother-in-law's washing machine. It's like a good old Maytag.
Yeah.
And to fix that, couple $100, you could do it yourself.
Right.
I'm just like, can we just buy an old Speed Queen or an old Whirlpool or something so we can fix it ourselves?
No, like if I could have my dream vehicle, it'd be a 1998 Toyota 4Runner. It would be. I don't give a shit how many kilometers on it. And then I would like to have a backup engine, obviously, and a backup transmission and some backup parts. But moving, like, if I had money, obviously you need a little bit of money to have that stuff. But the idea of the right to choose being taken away, no. I don't want geofencing. I don't know if you guys know, like, we were going to talk about this and we didn't even think about it because we got busy this week. But there was that, Mark Hastings? What is this? Chris Hastings. I think Chris Hastings, the journalist from the Rolling Stones magazine, his Mercedes. He sent out warning to people, okay? He sent out warning to his family the day before this happened, saying, if I die, I'm working on this big story. If I die, there's a USB, blah, blah, blah. I didn't do it. It wasn't me or whatever. The next day, his brand new Mercedes accelerated without warning, like to like the maximum speed it could go. And it hit a tree in a residential area, you might add. It hit a tree. It hit a tree so hard that the engine was found 3 blocks away from the accident. 3 fucking blocks. We all know that car was hacked and that acceleration was definitely not Buddy's foot on the fucking gas. I guarantee it was not. I don't want a vehicle that, I don't give a shit if it's the authorities. I don't want a vehicle anybody can access to stop me. If I need to drive. No, thank you. That is way too much control. I also don't like these, like so much, like I said, with so much true crimes I watch. so many people are busted by their own vehicles. Like, it's not like I'm out here planning to murder a bunch of people, okay? I'm like, I need a vehicle who will monitor it. The idea that my vehicle could, like, there's one that I'm specifically thinking of, and Buddy, he got caught because his vehicle's computer reported that it backed up to the house at 2:46 a.m. One door was opened or whatever, so the driver's side door, so indicating there's nobody else with him.
Mhm.
The trunk of the what do they call it? The trunk of the truck. What do they call that?
The trunk
Yeah, like
or the tailgate?
Yeah, thank you. The tailgate. The tailgate came down, and then a few minutes later, it was like 8 minutes later. So basically, the time it took him to drag this body through the house and put it in the trunk, then the tailgate went up, and then again, the driver's side door opened, and then it shows like the car went 400 feet this way, then this way, whatever. So, okay, yes, the GPS was turned off, but the rest of the fucking computer in this truck recorded enough that it was enough to convict this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because what were you doing at 2:46? That were, you know, and he'd already lied, of course. He'd been, I slept all night. I didn't go anywhere. Well, your truck just told everything you did.
Well, your truck just said that you weren't.
Yeah,
and you
opened the
transported
driver's side door. And, like, yeah, so it's like, what the fuck? He left his phone at home. He left his what do they call it? Apple Watch at home. He'd done all the other work of his crime, but it was his computer in his truck that gave him away. And even though his GPS was off, I don't like that. I don't give a shit what your bells and whistles.
Well, if you have it's on older cars too, where if you have a the sticker inside where it's like an anti-theft, where the police can track the vehicle if it's stolen, and that's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
that there's tracking devices in all vehicles just in case if the car is stolen, they can track it down.
That is my sister off. She got real mad about that.
Yeah,
I told her her husband's Tundra got stolen, and she's like all like very dramatic about it. And I said, so why don't you just call Tundra or Toyota and ask them to, because I know it is newer. I'm like, ask them to track it. She's like, we didn't pay for that. I'm like, doesn't matter if you pay them the $200 right now, then they'll do it. She's like, no, you won't. It's a try. So she did, and it worked. Of course, I didn't get a phone call back saying you were right. No, of course, why would you do that? And then it's funny though, it's even with the tracking, do you think the fucking cops cared? No. They still had to go fucking track their vehicle down themselves and go pick it up from the alley. I would have been like, screw it. Let it get burned down or whatever and get the insurance out of it. But they like
it was stolen, so I mean you can get it back. Like I had a friend who had an older Honda Civic, and Honda Civics are stolen all the time. But she had her older Honda Civic stolen. And they tracked it down with that the vehicle ID or whatever it's called. She got her car back, and it had been driven through a field and stuff, so it needed a little bit of work. They took it for a joyride, and so she got it back. She got all that stuff fixed. Insurance covered it, and it wasn't written off or anything. So she did get her car back, and she loved her car. It was like your Karen.
Okay, listen, I love Karen, but I mean, if I had insurance that covered theft, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be chasing Karen. No offense, Karen, rest in peace if anything happens. I love Karen right now because she's all I got. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want these new cars. I don't like that. I don't want to be tracked. I don't want any of it. It's just so scary to me. I want to be able to fix it too, right? Like I want a guy who, okay, well, look at me. I want a man. I do. I want to be able to fix simply without having to get a new computer.
Yeah.
And the other thing, these computers are fucking bullshit too. Tyrone, my old truck. Yeah, he's big and black. Okay. That was his name, Tyrone. Anyways, Tyrone, he was a newer. He was 2012 Ford. And I found out after that they'd swapped the engine. He had a newer engine. Okay, yeah, dude. So the truck's mileage showed is a lot lower. No, it wasn't. They didn't switch the engines. They switched the computer.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking bullshit, by the way, because Tyrone lasted me 10 months, and I spent a lot more on that motherfucker. So, because you can switch out the computer, you can switch out the mileage. No, I don't. I just, you know what? Keep it the way it is.
Bring back the analog odometer.
Do you?
Yeah. No, I don't. Mine's so my car is an 08, and
Okay.
she's still kicking. She's still doing it. She's like,
No, I think anything before 2008 and before, you're pretty safe with. I love 98. I don't care. And I know that my kids always like, "Ew." I'm like, I don't give a shit.
6 years ago, my SUV was stolen. They tracked it to Hobima Indian Reserve. Cops showed my pics, or showed me pics, and there was a toilet seat in the hood, and it was just destroyed.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, they took it for a joyride.
I did that when I was a teenager. I don't know. These crimes can't be charged now, right? No.
Yes, they can.
When you're a teenager?
Yeah. So in Minecraft,
they charged my dad for it because he called the police the next day while he was still drunk because they thought he stole the vehicle.
Oh.
Not stole it. They thought he drove it and then was trying to claim it the next day. That was not good for him. Whatever. I didn't know. I was a kid.
Yeah, I will never admit on stream what I did when I was a teenager because there's no record of it. Because back then,
my dad he's dead now. He won't.
Yeah, and I don't answer questions.
Yeah, Holly, we heard that. I heard that today. I saw a picture of some people complaining about your lack of response.
No, sorry. Whoops.
Well, that's all right. That's fine. So, anyways, my point is, you guys, please, can you guys help me fight the car thing? Because listen, okay, if Canada's going to hell in a handbag, I can handle all of the rest. All right, we can be broke, we can like live like we're in Venezuela. I don't know, whatever. Okay, but I can't handle the car thing. Like, I actually can't handle it.
We could become Cuba and just have like 1950s cars rolling around. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but the government can't control that, so that's why they don't want it. You know, geofencing will make it, you guys, so your fucking car sees the speed limit as 50, and it is not going to go over 50.
Yeah, it'll be
Ford
governed.
already putting geofencing in their vehicles. What the fuck?
Well, professional vehicles have been governed forever. Like the big rigs and school buses and dump trucks, they're all governed. So you can only go 100 kilometers an hour, or you can only go 90 kilometers an hour. They're already governed. So no matter how much you press on that accelerator, it will never go faster than that speed.
Oh, that's really.
But that's not
dangerous too, though.
It's not like geofencing, but I mean, it could be right if it runs off a GPS, that if it goes past a certain set of coordinates, the engine just shuts down. And then
it does that with the garbage truck companies, because I had a boyfriend who worked there, fucking creeper. He put one of the trackers in my fucking car, and he knew where I was going, he knew my speed limits and everything.
Yep.
And I was really upset about it because I didn't know that's how it worked. I didn't even know that was possible at that point. That was back then. I was 35 then, so it was 8 years ago. But I mean, I didn't know you could do that. And everywhere I was going, how fast I was going. And he's like, so after I busted him or whatever, he's explaining how, all the companies' garbage trucks were hooked up on this one base and they would watch. And then anytime they sped in a zone, right? Like they would get an alarm to their cell phone that their driver was driving too fast. And even if it was 5 to 10 more, they still got the alarm. No, thank you.
Well, 5 to 10 more, that's enough for a violation, right? So
whenever I see a vehicle, if I'm driving up to a light and I see, there's a company vehicle, or there's like clearly an old lady, I will still pick the old lady to go behind because I know the chances of her speeding versus Buddy here who's got GPS on his car and being monitored by Daddy is probably higher. I like speed.
I drove school bus for a while. It was super fun. It was a good job. And each bus has a GPS tracker on it. So you could radio, like say something broke down or whatever, you could radio and you'll let them know, okay, well, the transmission just fell at the back, and they would know exactly where you are to send the rescue. Or if you were lost, like you took a wrong turn in a new neighborhood that wasn't mapped yet, they could give you directions because they could see your GPS and which way you were facing. And then guide you. They're like, okay, you want to take the next left, and then there's 2 rights, and then you take that, and then you should see a traffic circle, and they could guide you out of the neighborhood. So that was kind of creepy.
I know it sounds like it's helpful, but anytime they give us something that's helpful, it always ends up used against us.
It was helpful, but the fact that a junky old school bus had that on 5 years ago, to say that new vehicles couldn't have that on.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, and it's very cheap technology. It's very easy to put in. And they already have the satellites in place. They already have everything in place to be able to geo-track everything. So all it takes is a little unit that they put into the new vehicle, and that's it.
When I saw this, I got actually so stressed out last night about that. So my ex, he has a car dealership in over in Saskatchewan. He's got a secondhand car dealership. It's luxury cars and whatever, he's fancy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I had to resist the urge because it was like 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. That'd be a weird time to message this guy because we don't talk regularly. To be like 3 in the morning, I'm like, can you please start stockpiling cheap parts? Cheap parts for a fucking, I'd get some Saturn, whatever. Because Saturns are so easy to fix. Like they are for the most part.
Yeah.
They're super easy to fix. They're very simple engine. And they're everywhere, really, right? Like so, and Jeeps, things like that. But I didn't, I'm going to probably end up emailing him by the end of the night because it stresses me out. I want options. He probably will think I'm crazy and won't do it, but.
No. So horseback and carriage?
I don't have a horse.
Dogs and travois? Did I say that right? Travois?
See, but then the dogs, I don't like it because you have to yell at them.
No, the dogs are awesome. They're so fun. And then you yell mush and gee and ha. I don't know why I know that, but I do.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just want my car to go fast. I don't know.
Moving on, back to Carney.
Yeah.
This video that we have set here, there is a video that we found of why Carney won. And this is the one that you shared with me.
Oh, it's gross.
Now, is it liberal? Maybe, but a conservative until I got involved, because I don't care who wins up there. I frankly probably would do better with the liberal than the conservative, if you want to know the truth. But just a little while ago, before I got involved and totally changed the election, which I don't care about.
What?
Probably
that election interference.
But
after I totally changed the election?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
You did.
Hold on.
But will Canadians give a shit? No, they will not.
No. Well, hold on. I'm going to back that up a little bit. Let's listen to that again here.
It's to our advantage, actually. But the conservative was leading against, I call him Governor Trudeau. The conservative was leading by 35 points. So, so I don't know about that. I think Canada is a place like a lot of other places. If you have a good candidate, the candidate's going to win. Now,
I didn't back up.
Is it liberal? Maybe, but a conservative until I got involved, because I don't care who wins up there. I frankly probably would do better with the liberal than the conservative, if you want to know the truth. But just a little while ago, before I got involved and totally changed the election, which I don't care.
After I got involved and totally changed the election.
Yep.
Now,
guys, we should give a shit about this.
So, okay, Trump, he tends to say the quiet part out loud, and he says it in the stupidest way, but he always tells the truth, and it comes out of his stupid mouth.
Yep.
Right? So, I don't know if it was him that changed the election, or if it was his people that interfered, his party, somebody in, I don't know, but
dude, Buck has been following political or election interference back from when JFK was around, and they were doing it to Canada way back then.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got Buck showing the proof. But the thing is like literally Canadians are tired. They're burnt the fuck out. They're hungry. They're trying to get money, and they just don't give a fuck. And what can they do?
Mm-hmm.
But that should be like next level fucked up, where we're like,
well, and everyone's the red herring, right, that's being thrown in is the well, okay, there's a couple. So there's the Chinese in interference into our election because they've been funding different candidates and giving money for their election all that stuff. So there's that. But then there's also from India infiltration into our elections to try and stop the Khalistanis from getting elected or whatever.
Right.
So there's those two, which everyone knows about. And then
Well, we
there's
do have the things too. What are they called? Okay.
the Khalistanis.
Is that who it is?
The Khalistani Separatist Party from India. The ones that took down the Area India 193. Anyway, but there's also the mainstream media talking about Russian interference in our election and Putin, blah blah blah. Right? He wants Polyev to be elected. But those are all out there in their mainstream media and everything. Our closest ally that's to our south benefits the most economically from Canada's condition. And then Trump comes out and he's like, oh, after I interfered with the election, it's like, or I interfered with getting Carney placed as the prime minister to call the election. It's like, we got to listen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and here we go. Carney got $250 million for China as a loan. Is that when he was a part of Brookfield? So, but then there's this other one here where he talks about the trade war. So this is the only other Trump thing I'll show.
No, that's okay.
This is something else.
Fucking gross.
It's anyway. Okay, so then there's this one here of him talking about the trade war with Canada.
Look, I deal with every country, indirectly or directly. One of the nastiest countries to deal with is Canada. The people that, now this was Trudeau, the people that good old Justin, I call him Governor Trudeau.
That was funny.
His people were nasty. And they weren't telling the truth. They never told the truth. You know that, they'd say, well, we don't charge. Well, they do. They charge tremendous. And if you look at dairy products, what they've done to our farmers, I'd go up to Iowa. I'd go up to different places, Nebraska, and they would always complain about Canada, how they get ripped off. Do you know that Canada has a 250% tariff? 250. Nobody knows that. They charge us numbers that are crazy. Look, I deal with every country, indirectly or directly.
Okay, just have to point out, super cute slingback kitten heels. Very nice.
Old lady shoes.
Bitch, I'm an old lady.
Well, you don't have to dress like it.
Very, very nice for an interviewer to be wearing slingback kitten heels. Very nice. It's not nice when they're wearing like 6-inch stilettos or something. There's that too.
Okay.
Yep, and yes, he is.
Well, I think he's decided. Did he not decide that he would rather be a part of the business than?
Well, okay, he apparently stepped down before Brookfield decided to move their headquarters to New York, but yet it's his signature on it, and then he stepped down in January, but he still really hasn't stepped down. He's still a part of the board. So what's the truth? We'll never know.
No,
we'll never. That's way above our pay grade. We'll never know. He's, yeah. Oh, and there we go. Never really got out of the shipping company either. So
yeah, I wish that they would have taught me that the only way you get ahead is.
Yep. And then there's
in a scummy way. Really, what else is there?
Well, I know, but if anybody asks you if why you don't like, well, everyone can spout why we don't like Polyev. We all know that. And if you're talking to normal people out there that just watch the mainstream media and all that stuff, it's very easy to just give them a couple quick points about why Carney is actually an evil lizard person. Just don't say lizard person, because that turns off the normies. It makes you sound like a crazy person.
I know.
Right? But you can state, like, I don't think that he's very up and up, and you can talk about the fact of Brookfield and he lied about when he stepped down, et cetera, moving the headquarters to United States first as a tax haven and to lose Canadian jobs, et cetera. You can talk about that because that's very simple and very easy to digest as information. Then there's the Brookfield net zero situation. and you actually brought this to my attention from Anne Rule. So all you have to do is Google Brookfield leaves net zero. Then do the same with US and Canadian banks. So just weeks before Carney decided to run for the Liberal Party candidacy, he apparently Texas and 9 other states initiated lawsuits. Allegations are the climate cartel Climate Cartel Brookfield financially blackmailed companies to follow the climate agenda.
I believe it.
And so I've got it here. I'm just going to show this so I don't take credit.
Well, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't want to take credit for somebody else's reporting, but Anne Rolle, ROLLE_, she shares all the details here.
Okay.
So sustainability shakedown, how a climate cartel of money managers colluded to take over the board of America's largest energy company. Then the next one here comes down, and this is at judiciary.house.gov. So we're not just
too much for people to read. Like, let's be honest here. I'm going to be honest. I'm interested, and even I'm like, kind of like, just like, it's just too much. So what I have a question though about is, okay, we already know, we already know that it doesn't matter who wins. We're still fucked, right? We are still fucked.
Yes.
So what do we do? What do we do? The election's coming up. It doesn't seem to matter at all who wins. And we have the same fucking fights on Twitter, PPC.
Well, here we go.
And they're each yelling at each other, and it's so stupid. And oh god, people are.
This is what we do.
What do we do?
So, and not so wise Ginger Midget talked about self-rescue.
Yeah, but so we self-rescue, but I don't want. Can we not? Is there nothing we can do? Can we not just take over?
Not really. Unless there's the numbers behind it, but you have to take care of self, family, community, and the rest you don't have any control over. Von D says here, we're right. Stockpile auto parts.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're self-sustainable, make sure that your personal life is good, make sure your family's taken care of, and make sure your friends are okay.
I just keep telling my kids to leave Canada.
Or, your kids leave Canada, go live in Mexico.
I'm serious. I'm like, you guys, the other two that are still here, I'm like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. That's all you can do. Because if you try to take down the government, or you try to take down Carney, or you try to educate people, or
well, it just gets to the point where it's like I'll have people ask me, they're like, well, if I shouldn't vote for him and I shouldn't vote for him, what should we do? And I'm like, I actually don't have an answer for that. So
yeah, that's the problem, is we don't have an answer. The only answer is to first, it's self, family, community. And if you look back into history and you look back into what happened in Russia, you look back what happened into China during Mao's cultural struggles and his revolution, the Red Revolution and all that stuff, the people that did okay were the ones that could take care of themselves, and the ones that ran to the hills and built a life for themselves away from the system. That's all you can do, is just...
It's so sad.
And it's such a
we gotta let it happen. We're just gonna let it just go be. It's like watching a fucking hoarder in action. Honestly, that's what it's like. That there's a very easy solution. You're watching this house just cave in on itself. You're like,
it's
some of the shit
it's like watching somebody that owns cats that haven't had their cat spayed, and they're constantly letting their cat out to get pregnant.
See the solution. It's simple.
And it's a simple solution.
But you're not allowed to intervene.
But you can't intervene, because they're just going to do what they're going to do. And they're going to have more cats with more kittens, and they're going to hoard, and there's going to be cat piss all over the house. And all you have to do is just walk away.
It all just collapses. And then they're like, what the fuck? Why didn't anyone help me? That's what's happening. That's what it's happening. And it's just sad to see, because I don't know. I wanted more. I expected more. I know I was deluded.
Yeah.
But
you know what? You our lovely audience, all the people that are watching
All
here,
7 of you.
all 7 of you, and the couple hundred that will watch afterwards because we're super awesome. Remember to drop a like because you love us. But all you can do is join the cake cult.
The sex cult.
And I've got like kilograms of flour. I can bake tons of cakes.
I've got a lot of lube. We get tons of sex. I'm just joking. I don't.
Did you get that
32 gallons of lube?
32 gallons of lube on the wish list?
No, it was
I
on
was
the
going
wish
to say
list.
that was supposed
Our
to be
lovely streamers didn't go to our wish list. Rude.
Did you scam me out of my lube, my gift lube?
As I slip on the floor.
You're like, no, I didn't. Wah!
Did I tell you about the sex night with the lube and the chips?
No.
Okay, so we had this one night. It was like the best sex ever. Okay, and it was all. Yeah, I know this is way too much information. I don't really care. It was all over the house. Anyways, he had hardwood floors.
Pause for a second. I got to address this chat. Okay, Randy and Vicky Weaver made a mistake, though.
What?
They talked to the police.
Oh.
So.
All right. Well, I'm learning that we don't do that. But anyways, back to my sex.
Mm-hmm.
So the sex night was super good. And the next day I was working as a waitress and I was like, oh, my body hurts. And my coworker's like, what the fuck did you do last night? I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I slipped on the floor at one point. And he's like, you're disgusting. I'm like, I know. And then as I'm telling him, my phone gets pinged and these pictures come through. And he's saying, the guy that I was with at the time, he's like, what the fuck did we do last night? And it's just like the phone is down by the floor and there's just lube literally all over these hardwood floors. But I got snacky, obviously, halfway through because, well, you got to keep energy. And I decided hickory sticks would be the most appropriate. Right? They're tiny little chips. And I was
Hashtag buy Canadian.
Yeah. So hickory sticks and lube, it would just shone all over this poor man's hardwood floor. But wasn't 32 gallons, just one bottle.
You know, I question where my lube is.
Well, it's definitely not here. I don't even have vibrators anymore. Somebody stole them, for God's sake.
I know.
So I
I'm
don't
so
need
sorry.
the 32 gallons of lube. Maybe they knew about it and they went and got it.
Well, I could always loan you a vibrator.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I can't. I'm not even in the mood. Like at this point, if I got one, I thought about it. And you know what would happen? I would think about my other vibrators, which I would think about the person who stole them. So therefore, it will ruin the orgasm.
Yeah, that would kind of...
Yeah, really fucked me up there.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
All right, next topic. This is sad.
Yeah. Oh, let's go to the sad topic, shall we?
Well, we have one last news topic, super short.
Yeah, that's okay.
Be careful when you drive a Tesla.
Why?
Oops. Oh my. Smooth transition, Holly.
Okay, boomer.
So over the weekend, there was a huge protest against Tesla because Tesla is literally Satan now. And there was a whole bunch of incidences with Tesla drivers being shot at, Tesla drivers being cut off. Oh yeah, being cut off the road. There was a guy that had his window smashed. Like I have all the articles and everything, but I don't want to go through everything because it's stupid. So the left has decided that the Tesla vehicle is like literally the Nazi car.
I was thinking about, listen, somebody brought up some pretty fucking good hypocrisy for us though.
Okay.
Somebody brought it up and I was like, we really can't argue it. We did the exact same thing with Bud Light.
Well, and it's true, right?
We did.
The difference is it's not pure hypocrisy. The right didn't buy Bud Light.
Right.
And Kid Rock shot up a case of Bud Light and it exploded and it was funny. This is people who bought Teslas in like 2019 who were convinced that they were good people because they were buying an EV.
Right.
Now, these and I am going to call them innocent bystanders, are now driving around in these vehicles, and these people are being attacked. It's a false equivalency. So an absolute hypocrisy would be if people were walking out of a liquor store with a Bud Light and they were attacked or shot at.
Good point.
Or if there were kids working at the convenience store and there were Bud Light signs up beside them, people of the right-leaning persuasion were screaming and yelling at the kid for selling Bud Light.
Right.
It's not a direct hypocrisy.
I guess so.
I thought about that because I saw that point too, and I was like, yeah, wait a minute. But
well, I just don't like that because I do want to be like pretty aware we kind of are.
And I had a long drive today, and so I did a lot of thinking. But it's a false equivalency because innocent people, like there's people that work at a Tesla store, and they're just doing their job, and there's people actively protesting. There's fires being lit. This story here that I found, which is an example of my false equivalency, that it's not the same as the Target protest or boycott or the Bud Light boycott, is there was a incendiary device found at a Tesla dealership in Austin.
Okay.
So there's
bomb.
There was a bomb found. I didn't want to see the B word, but they found a bomb. And so this so what this could do is this could harm, like kill people that all they're doing is they're just doing their freaking job. There was no bombs found at Bud Light kiosks at a rock concert.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah, that's fucked up. They are fucked up, but we're like, I just think we're all just like, we're spreading everyone thin emotionally.
It's spreading everyone thin. And the funniest part is this is going on in the States, right? Like Elon Musk is literally Hitler. He's unelected, blah, blah, blah. He's dismantling the government, whatever. Okay, cool. That's in America. That has nothing to do with us. In Canada, there was a Tesla dealership in Montreal that was spray painted, and Last Generation held up signs were like, "We're just stop oil." Those people. Right. And then in Vancouver, there's the annual car show, like the big car show where all the dealerships are there, and you walk around and look at cars that you could never fucking afford. I like it. It's fun.
You're a fucking fucker. Sorry.
True. But yeah. But I'm talking from our side, Kizza, like when people say, "Oh, that's hypocrisy because blah blah blah," you can argue that point. That is a false equivalency. And then but yeah, and the funniest part is this is all leftist people that they bought these vehicles because they thought they were being good humans by not literally killing the planet by driving
now they're mad.
And now they're getting harassed just for driving a vehicle that people have decided is TM the bad thing.
Right.
And so up in Canada, in Vancouver, the Vancouver Auto Show decided to disqualify Tesla for participating. They said, no, we can't have a Tesla display. We can't have Tesla cars.
Fucking weak.
Well,
it's so
but the reason why
it's so embarrassing
is they were afraid for people's safety. Now, safety from what?
An extremist. So where's anti-hate? Where's anti-hate?
They would be the ones that's keying the Tesla and yelling at people that are even looking at them, or yelling at
hate
people or doing standing there.
Is hate. So
yeah, but
everything's so fucking fake.
The right kind of hate. But that was the thing, is the first thing I thought was like, okay, for people's safety, from who? I'm that goose, in that meme with the kid talking about something, the goose is like, from what?
Right.
From what? What are we supposed to be afraid of if a Tesla, like if a bunch of Teslas are there and little Tesla salespeople are there? Who's gonna cause the danger and the scary?
Well, somebody's probably threatened them. Let's be honest here.
That's
probably what happened.
The craziest thing is it's in Canada. It has nothing to do with us.
Well, it should, but
Musk is not dismantling the Canadian government or doing doge on our expenditures. Everything got scrubbed from the internet, so we don't know where our money is going. It's all going to quote unquote the good thing. It has nothing to do with us. But why, as Canadians, are we running around screaming about Tesla?
Because, Holly, we have our elbows out. We've got things to do, okay? To be mad at Tesla is one of the things on the list. Exactly. We're so fucking stupid. It's embarrassing.
And the one that, did you load up that? Oh no, it was just a picture.
What?
But it was the funniest picture that I ever saw.
What was it?
It was in Calgary. It was of a Tesla.
Oh, the Ford or Toyota?
No. So poor people that drive Teslas. I think, did you share it in the chat here?
I put it in the beginning of the stream, like in one of the memes.
Oh. So anyway, yeah, no, it's somebody that was driving down Deerfoot in Calgary, Alberta, and they'd taken electrical tape and put Ford across the back of their Cybertruck just so they don't get freaking attacked. It's the same thing in my mind. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it's the same thing in my mind where there was all those dealerships in Kenosha during Black Lives Matter that on their big lit up pylon signs,
yeah,
and they put in Black Lives Matter on their pylon sign. The fucking people just lit it on fire. And iconic photo is a dealership on fire with every car engulfed in flames. And right in front of is that pylon sign that's still lit that says Black Lives Matter on it.
Pathetic.
They don't care. They don't care.
They don't.
So I drive a Volkswagen.
So
that's the Nazi car.
Everybody doesn't need to be worried about Nazi cars. They need to be worried about Karen, okay? Because Karen's power steering's gone.
Yeah.
Karen sometimes the power steering works for a second, and I'm not prepared for that. And I'm on Deerfoot Trail, and all of a sudden it's not tough to turn. Yeah, they need to be worried about the Karens out there, okay? That's what you guys got to be worried about. All right, can I go to the sad stuff now?
Yeah. So that's the news of the day, the topics. We've done an hour, so now we can get into the sad stuff.
Yeah.
So this is interesting here. Just this last point: follow the money. Who's paying for all the Tesla damage? I don't think that there's NGOs that are actually paying for people to do this. I think there are people that are ideologically captured, like the ones that are keying Tesla cars.
Simple and easy to fucking push.
Yeah. Well, there's just normal people that they see a Tesla and it's like they've got MK Ultra and they just like, I gotta destroy this car. It's literally Nazi, and they key the cars on camera because Teslas are cameraed the fuck out. I always say hi to them just in case it's on Sentinel mode, so then the owner gets a nice person saying hi, but they're on camera keying these cars, and these are just normal, average, everyday people. They haven't been paid to protest. They're not a part of a deep state anything. They're just a normal person that's been propagandized to believe that this is the right thing to do. And
to be honest, you don't really feel sorry for anybody. You can afford a Tesla, you fix it. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah. I drive a Volkswagen. It is the car for the people.
No, I just think it's all
silly.
Do you think, really quick before we go to the sad stuff, I do want to update because this is some good news. Holly and I are going to talk to Canuck tomorrow. We're just going to do a recorded video because she was working tonight, so she couldn't come on. But good news, guys.
It's exciting.
It is. I think it's about time. How we talked about Rocco Galati sort of scamming all these people who were fighting because they lost their jobs or they were forced to take jobs or whatever, because he's one of the freedom lawyers. Anyways, and then all of the lawsuits that he was putting, majority of, he was putting through negligently. They were all thrown out for reasons that definitely shouldn't have been reasons, because he's a professional motherfucker, professional lawyer. This is his job, and yet he, did them wrong and sloppy, and the cases were thrown out in a way that they were not able to be brought back to the courts. So these people have lost their money. They all had to pitch in to pay for this. So now there's a firm. It's not a class action suit. She explained it to me in an email, and I'll really explain it tomorrow. But he's going to be held to account. I do think, I'm just guessing, just based on some communications, these fucking people are all the same. Okay? The whole Donald Best, the V4F, all of it. I mean, I didn't put the dates together until after they announced on Rebel News that the Galati was about to be charged.
I remember the moment too. She's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, well, because I sound schizophrenic, but I actually know I'm not. But I mean, I had somebody reach out to me and asking me about who Canuck Law was. Somebody who is definitely not my friend, asking me information about Canuck Law. And that same day, Donald Best just happened to be on Rebel News. That same day, talking about all this information he discovered in the Teresa Tam files. By the way, he did not discover it. It was a group of people that Andy Lee apparently was part of it. There's other researchers. They're all going through this giant dump of documents from the Teresa Tam thing. There's a bunch of people involved. Donald Best just took the credit and went on, of course, because that's what he fucking does. Anyways, so we all know Canuck Law follows Galati and all these other legal situations where it's right-sided kind of it's information that the right should have, I guess, is the best way to explain it. Anyways, then it's announced about Rocco, and it's funny because my response to the person that messaged me was all like, yeah, she's a researcher and she's so smart and she did this, and her biggest focus is on these lawyers that are shady. And like, I didn't have a clue that this person was messaging me most likely for information specifically about that, but that is what it was. So my guess is if I was like, if I was a gambler, don't quote me, I would bet a cheeseburger that that Leighton Gray is next, and they're going to try and minimize and sweep it under the rug. They do not want that getting out because who is Leighton Gray connected to? He is very connected to Donald Best. He's very connected to Jason Levine, who is right now. Jason Levine has dropped Diagon. He's dropped Morgan publicly, like to the point where Morgan's like crying. You need to talk to me on Twitter. Like, it's embarrassing. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's like if an ex-boyfriend blocks you, you don't start making posts about them to get them to talk to you. That's fucking gay. Grow up. No. Anyways, no. Jason Levine, he's basically said, I'm done with you. So Leighton Gray is who I'm betting my cheeseburger on being next. And if we see it and they just sweep it under the rug, guys, please don't make it fucking loud. Share it, because Leighton Gray, he had CN Rail, he had UPS, he had Canada Post.
Yes.
Those are 3 major corporations.
All the ones we talked about on our stream that she brought forward when we talked about it. You can go back in our history and watch the stream with Canuck Law. And she lays it all out. She's brilliant. She lays it all out.
Go to your website, CanuckLaw.ca.
Why? CanuckLaw.ca. She lays down why it was an inappropriate filing, why they didn't pull it back and reissue with the correct wording, why it was thrown out of court, everything. It went way over my head. I kind of understand it, but she is
brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
She's patient too. She's really patient. She explains things. I like it. I appreciate it.
And she
doesn't
she's
not like, oh, you're an idiot. You don't know this. She's nice. So that's what I would watch out for. Leighton Gray is my guess, because there's a reason they all got nervous and they all of a sudden were interested in who she is. It wasn't about Galati, because Galati is not that close to all of them, even though Donald Best's lawyer, Paul Slansky, is he shares an office building with Rocco Galati, and Donald Best, also known as Grant Bristow, his lawyer Paul Slansky actually used Rocco Galati as his attorney when he was fighting the fines that he had gotten as a result of suing for Donald Best. So they're all like I said, you guys, the names keep coming up again and again and again. You can only see it so many times, and it's just gross. And I hope that Leighton Gray does get held to account. One last bit of news about this, really quick, is that Helen Groos, the police detective in Toronto that Donald Best was promoting and had on his show all the time.
Oh yeah.
She was a whistleblower. She was investigating whether an infant's death was related to the jab, or
she saw a pattern and she started investigating.
Yeah, and that was a no-no, so she got fired. And Donald Best became her bestie, and he really promoted her right to freedom and right to everything. And just like everything that Donald Best touches, it turned to shit. And the system won again. Helen was convicted today. So good job, Donald. You know, at least you're keeping it consistent, right? You and the Heritage Front fucking just nailing it. Just screwing the people left, right, and center. And you know what?
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. You are.
Allegedly.
Silly bitch. Who's gonna sue me for, Holly? Karen? You gonna sue me for Karen?
You take care. They'll take Karen from you and your 32 gallons of lube.
I don't have the lube. It's like 31 now.
I'm gonna come by your house. I know where you live, and I'm gonna get my lube.
I'm gonna use it like Home Alone, and you're gonna fall downstairs.
I'll show up and it'll be like an empty freaking container out front with a sticky on the front that says, "Here's your lube, you bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's what I guess is all for that. We've got like one person watching, so that's good. Now I'm just gonna get into the really sad stuff, okay? Just because
Okay.
this is good. It's important.
I'm just gonna go lock up the girls while you get into this, and you can talk about it. Does that sound good? Perfect
Sounds
timing.
good. All right. So we had last week we talked about these cases, right? These horrid parents, and why don't they do something else with their kids other than murder them or abandon them, right? So I want to show you the story I just saw the other day, and I'm so mad at the media because this poor mother, she tried to do the right thing, and look at this. Can you imagine? You know, I'm sure she was humiliated. I would have been like, you know, and she was probably dealing with some pretty fucking heavy emotions behind this, but they I'll let you watch.
Controversial decision. A mother in Phoenix, Illinois, taking advantage of a safe haven location and dropping off her twins at the local fire station. The problem? The twins are much older than the safe haven law allows.
Firefighters here say they never expected anyone would drop off a baby, much less two of them, at the fire department. But this morning, that's exactly what happened.
She said that, you know, this is the kids and I cannot do it any longer, and walked off.
And these are the twin boys that young mother left behind at 1:30 a.m. at the Phoenix Fire Station, a safe haven site where mothers can turn over their babies.
Then looked at her and was, you know, asked her, are you sure that you want to drop the kids off? She then stated yes. And me and my partner pretty much took the kids in.
So she had planned this,
Yes,
and you could tell by how.
just how organized she was.
She was in tears, said just crying.
Captain Spencer Sharp and firefighter Thomas Schwenkel were on duty at the time. They say the twins' mother also came prepared.
Clothes were in the bags. She had all the diapers accordingly. She had their Social Security cards for both of them. She told us which one was allergic to certain items.
This is a great example of a program working the way that it's supposed to work.
But the Illinois safe haven law allows babies 30 days or younger to be dropped off. These babies are much older, leaving questions about whether criminal charges could follow.
Thanks for being here still. Thank you, Measure Schmidt, too. Yeah, so they just, this poor woman has had a breakdown. She can't do it anymore. Her babies are still under one. She's got twins. She dropped them off with all of the things they would need. She didn't just like throw them in the garbage. She didn't beat the shit out of them. She didn't just abandon them anywhere. She tried to do the right thing, and now they're considering charges. Like, what the fuck? And you also exposed her and humiliated her on the news. This is going to be like, that is catastrophic for any other parents who are just melting down and can't function. Holly, I need you to come back because Holly, you have to click the links. So until she does, what we're going to talk about. So I've got two cases today. Right? Exactly. Yeah, shame her into taking them back. I think we should celebrate her. Like, you know what? Good for you. If you knew you couldn't do it, good for you. Like, it's better than the alternative. We've seen the fucking alternative. Not good. So, speaking of not good parents today, so we've got two cases. They're almost identical, but the outcomes are so different because the girl, she is very pretty. Like, she's very stereotypically pretty. And she served 5 years in jail, but she also gets to move on. She just had another daughter in 2001. The other case, their dad was involved. He's still in jail. He'll be getting out in November of 2015. He got a 15-year sentence. He's just getting out. He will not get the same perks as the pretty girl. Both parents are accused of, I don't know, making their kids disappear. The kids have never been found. There's been no traces. There's been no evidence either way, really. And like I said, the kids have never been found. But the sentences and the differences and the consequences to me are shocking. I swear she got a pretty pass because she was so pretty. Okay, I'm not even, you know what? I'm not even clicking that. You're motherfucker. Anyways. So, the first case is called, it's the Skelton brothers. So mom and dad, I'll just give you a recap. Mom and dad were having a divorce. Mom was a sex offender. This is the other thing. But dad knew that when he got involved. Mom screwed a teenage boy. Disgusting. Before she was married to this man. So she had a criminal record for being a sex offender. Dad decided to marry her anyways. They went on to have 3 kids. They're getting divorced. Now there's a custody battle and it's pretty disgusting. Like they're both like stealing the kids from each other. And police are called all the time and whatever. And then he pulls all of a sudden this is the other weird part really quick before I get too much more into it. These kids, these 2 different cases, okay? One is in 2009, one is 2010. The girl, she got rid of her last seen, her son was last seen on Boxing Day, okay? Boxing Day, day after Christmas. The man, his family, 2010, his 3 boys were last seen on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I don't know why why would it be on those consumer holidays? I have no idea, but those are the dates that the kids went missing. Anyways, Holly, I needed you.
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
I ran
Sorry.
the whole way. And
Sorry.
I got an egg. You know how big that is.
Congratulations for your hard work.
Thanks.
Beautiful. All right. Will you push the first, the baby Gabriel? So this was the first case. Yes. This video sums it up. But tell me what you think when you're watching it, because these cases mirror each other, but also very different.
Okay. So.
Arizona police need your help solving a case that made national headlines. Baby Gabriel, an infant kidnapped by his own mother and never found. She only served 5 years in connection with this case. She's now free, but still, nobody knows if baby Gabriel is dead or alive. Within 1 short year, Tempe, Arizona resident Logan McQuarrie experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. The highs started with the birth of his son, Gabriel.
I loved him. Just picked him up and kind of stared at him and just held him for a long time.
He was a beautiful baby, adored by grandma. In reality, little Gabriel's life was anything but perfect. Logan says the baby's young mom, Elizabeth Johnson, had trouble handling the pressures of motherhood.
Whenever he would cry, she would go in the other room and leave him in a different room so she didn't have to hear it.
According to Logan, it wasn't just that. He says her behavior became erratic and extremely troubling.
All my socks were cut in half, my boxers, pants, all of them were cut up, my shirts, all the shoes I had, all the tongues were cut out of my shoes and the shoelaces cut in half.
That's
Logan
so
says
weird.
back when Elizabeth learned that she was pregnant, she didn't want the baby and later suggested giving him up for adoption. Logan was against that plan.
Yes.
Soon separated and ended up sharing custody. The one December morning, everything went sideways when Logan went to pick up his son.
No answer at the door. Looked in the windows, all the dresser drawers were open. There was no clothes in them, and the clothes were gone out of the closet.
It appeared mother and son had vanished into the night.
She was gone. I didn't know where she went.
She's a single mom. She'd have a baby. She's gonna run. We'll get this all worked out.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Gives you the freedom to tell
Okay.
with a professional.
She ran.
Determined to find his son, Logan goes to the police, who say their hands are tied until he locates Elizabeth. Then, 8 excruciating days after Gabriel vanished, Logan gets a mysterious text from a strange number. It reads, "You will never find me. I'm already boarding a plane out of the country. When I'm safe, I'll email you the exact location of dead Gabriel's little blue body, if the garbage don't come first." A frantic Logan dials the number. Incredibly, Elizabeth picks up the phone. He can hardly believe her words.
Where are you? Where's Gabriel? I didn't know if I wanted to believe it or not. It scared the crap out of me.
Logan learns that Elizabeth was seen traveling with the baby to San Antonio, Texas, a place where she didn't know anybody. From there, she boarded a bus to Florida, all without her baby.
Hold on. Pause, Holly, pause.
In Miami.
Okay, gentlemen, Measure Schmidt, Bundy. He didn't sell the kids. It's her. She has custody of the kid right now. She's the one who's saying she murdered the baby. She's the one who had custody of the baby last. I promise.
Well,
He
and
had
she
nothing to do with it.
she left that voicemail message of her voice, right, saying that she suffocated him. He's little blue body, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So he didn't have the baby, guys.
No, he's trying to find it. Yeah, she did. Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
here we go.
Yeah, so we think that. I think she should still be in jail personally until you fucking produce the kid or with a body. The body's found. You don't get out of jail. You don't get to procreate again and carry on.
That's the thing with U.S. law. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you can't find a body, there's no murder charge.
Which is why we think, but there is another woman involved. You don't have to push play anymore. There is another woman involved in this case who will verify that she did try to give this kid up for adoption. They even forged the documents, the court documents, and then they got caught. This woman's name is Tammy Smith, and she was charged with forging a court document, and she ended up going to jail for, I think, 60 days, but only 30 she had to serve. Yeah. Default custody. No, I know. Women shouldn't.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God,
She was very pretty.
See, but that's the thing. She got a pretty pass. 5 years, guys. She got 5 years in prison for interference with the custody thing, okay? Holly, will you click the second link? I want you to hear even just how the reporting's done differently.
Okay.
So this man is a year later, these 3 kids, but listen to it's different. This guy is not getting a pretty pass.
So
And-
Skelton?
Yeah, the Skelton boys.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Sorry, Holly. I've lost.
No, that's okay. I've got this set up.
It just shocks me because I'm like, how can they have such different outcomes? They shouldn't be able to.
Okay, so this is the Skelton brothers.
Yeah, we're just gonna let's do a few minutes of it and then we'll carry on.
Okay.
Time to open up tonight's unsolved case file. This is the part of the program where we ask for your help. If you have any information, please make that call tonight. Help investigators, help the family, and get justice for the victims in the case. Tonight's story involves 3 young brothers who disappear. Their parents are in the middle of a very contentious breakup and battle. Our great affiliate, WXYZ in Detroit, has the story of the Skelton brothers.
100%.
Well, the boys' mother says she's never lost hope. Her world was shattered 10 years ago. Now, every day, she believes she's one step closer to some type of closure.
I never thought we would get to 10 years.
Tanya Zubers is still in shock. These are the faces she remembers around Thanksgiving. Andrew was 9, Alexander was 7, and Tanner was just 5 years old when they disappeared from their home.
I was certain that there would have been a resolution. Long before now.
Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner went missing the day after Thanksgiving while in the care of their father, John Skelton. Right now, he is behind bars for unlawful imprisonment. Skelton claims he gave his sons to an unknown group to keep them safe from his estranged wife, Tanya Zubers, the boy's mother. But police do not believe any parts of Skelton's story one bit.
I do communicate with him through a lot of different avenues and get information from him and about him. He's still giving us nothing but lies. Every time he seems to share information with us, it's either misdirection or it's just a bold-faced lie.
Tips are still coming in, but to get answers and ultimately justice, Brewer says John Skelton must tell the truth.
His world is closing in on him. All the family and the distant friends and people he has been in communication with, it's all fallen off. Our goal is to get him to where he doesn't believe that anyone believes his lies.
Just because people are saying that they're making it a murder investigation does not mean that it's bullshit.
Only on 7, a jailhouse telephone interview with John Skelton after he learns that Morency's police chief is investigating his son's disappearance as murder.
Why do you think they've switched this to a murder investigation? What do you think leads them to believe that your kids are dead?
there's nobody to collaborate video. There's no pictures of these people. We covered our tracks well.
Skelton, who last saw the boys alive here on Thanksgiving at his home in Morenci, tells Action News he gave his sons to a group called Underground Sanctuary. He says it was to protect them from his wife, Tanya.
The boys told me that Tanya was reported sex with them.
As for this ominous Facebook post the night before the disappearance of his sons, John says he was simply upset. You posted something on your Facebook the night that the kids went missing. You said, "May God and Tanya forgive me." That was the night before the kids disappeared. What did you mean by that?
Okay, so he sent this Facebook message, right?
Yeah.
She sent a voicemail message saying
Yeah,
that
talking
he killed
about how
him.
she murdered him. Yeah.
She killed him. His little blue body's somewhere, and until the garbage shows up.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he's worse. And like, do you even hear the tone they're using with this guy?
Yeah, he
like they're gentle with her.
Yeah.
In the media.
Yeah.
But not with him. Like listen, you fucking you've destroyed lives. I get it. You shouldn't be able to just fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah.
However, they're not different. She should be in jail too.
Well, she wasn't even investigated for murder or anything like that. Like,
No,
it's
dude,
the
she's
same,
like, no.
it's the same situation. Children are missing. A parent had the child.
Yeah.
She got interference with custody and got 5 years, and she's out now. He is on a murder trial because
Well,
the kids.
he didn't get actually charged. They're investigating it. He's right
Okay.
now in for kidnapping or unlawful confinement.
Okay.
Because he wouldn't produce the kids. But when he gets out, whatever, his life's fucked. It's over. Like, it's over. Where she gets to have babies. She's just had a daughter. She gets to get remarried. She's changed her name. She gets to carry on with life.
Right.
He will not have the same things. And maybe he did. See, since the beginning, he said he gave his kids away. And they've never found, it's hard to hide a body, but it's hard to hide 3. And they pinged his cell phone. They did searches in the backwoods where he is in Michigan. They did like tons and tons of cadaver dog searches because they were certain, like, he obviously killed the kids.
Yeah.
So part of me is like, did he kill the kids or did he give them to the Amish? Like he said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who to believe ever, right? Because these people are so fucked up. I know she does. Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah, she got remarried and lives her life now, and she has children, and she's got a happy little house and a white picket fence and kids and a dog.
Do you know what her company was? Her first home-based business. Just makes me so grossed out considering what we know that she did with these girls.
Daycare?
Homemade diapers. No, homemade diapers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really?
Yeah, she had a big diaper company that was actually taking off until people found out who she was.
Oh,
that was still when she was in Barbados.
Her kids.
Yeah, Homoka was. She's not allowed anymore. She's been outed, so she's been kicked out of that. Not like hang with cool moms. But yeah, either way, I mean, these people are all fucked. But the point is, I'm interested by like the psychology behind the way the media treat this man versus this woman. I swear she's getting a pretty pass. It's the only thing that makes sense. Because if it had been his wife, for example, she's fat, she's very unattractive, clearly has no teeth, right? The way she's talking. If it had been her, she wouldn't have. They are sexist, but the pretty pass is in play.
Yeah.
Because that mom would have probably gotten 15 years too, whereas the pretty girl, she got her 5 years and she gets all the perks of.
Well,
it's all
summed up. It's all summed up here. Could you fix him too?
Yeah, can you fix him? He's like giving him food.
Could you fix him?
I just think it's really fucked up. All these kids are missing. So part of me believes they are still alive because I just feel like a bone or something would have shown up.
I don't think the little baby's alive though.
The baby, you don't. I only do because there was other people she tried to give the baby to, and she was trying to get money for the baby. Let's be honest here. She's trying to sell. He was so cute. He was a cute baby.
No, he wasn't. He was like a little alien child.
You thought the little baby Gabriel looked like an alien? You're just.
I didn't think he was
super cute.
I didn't think he was cute at all. But I mean, that's just my judgment.
Fine, but I think he's cute. I would have bought the baby. No, but I mean, I just don't know. So did you kill the baby or didn't you? because she's psychotic and she really wanted to hurt this man. So maybe she said those things to hurt him, but actually sold the baby. But the thing is, we'll never find out now because she was allowed to carry on in life.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, she was psycho, crazy, just like the chat was saying.
Crazy eyes.
Messerschmitt and I were like this. We're connected. She would cut up his socks and cut the tongues out of his shoes and like just really weird stuff, like stalker bitch stuff, to try and irritate him or hurt him.
Right.
Like crazy people do. They do crazy shit.
Right.
And I think but she might have killed the baby, in my opinion, allegedly to hurt him, and then realized what she did. But because she's crazy and doesn't have that cognitive connection, probably caused birth control pills, that she did do that thing and then now can live the rest of her life knowing that it was the quote unquote right thing to do.
Well, then what about the new baby though? How she got a 2-year-old? She's gonna bond with that one now? Is that
is she still with the father?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I got all her information though, so if you guys want to stalk her, I do plan to put all the information in our group pages later on tonight. Fuck that bitch. You don't get to change your name. I'm gonna expose you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
No, Kizza, my standard for a cute baby has been warped by my grandchildren.
I don't know. I guess maybe I think all babies are. No, I don't think all babies are cute. Because when I see a baby that's ugly, I say this. And my kids know what it means because they know.
My grandchildren were the most beautiful babies, right strip fresh out of the oven. They were Gerber baby gorgeous.
No,
Just
mine were that was bullshit actually when I had mine, my first one. First of all, nobody fucking warned me that they can come out ugly. And I looked at Austin and you know what? There is a video. Austin, I love you now. There's video, you know how they videotape you first. There's a video of me like just heartbroken, sobbing. And I'm not crying because, oh, he's so beautiful. I'm crying because what the fuck? He looked like a can of mashed worms. Like his face was just a situation. And I was not prepared. I was 16 and my Pampers baby came out looking like something else.
Okay, I'm talking about my grandchildren. I'm not talking about my babies. Like my son came out. He's a gorgeous man. Like he's grown up.
Yeah, see, Austin's good looking.
When he hit about 3 months, he was an adorable baby. But when he first came out, he was like hairy and he was huge and he had a weird head. Like they don't tell you that when you're a mother and you give birth at this child.
Yeah, no, they tell you about everything else. Your nipples are hurt. Not your baby's gonna be ugly. One best friend came to visit me with her baby. Her baby, by the way, was perfect.
Poor
Us. And she's like, "Oh, he's beautiful." And I looked her in the eye, and said, "You are a fucking liar." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "How dare you? You're my best friend. You should tell the truth." I was very upset by this. I didn't know. Listen, I love him now. Okay, he is a beautiful boy now, but
yeah,
I just wasn't prepared for the face. Nobody told me.
It's when they first come out. Like anybody out there, like women, men, about to be fathers, about to be mothers, when they first come out, it's a wreck.
When Sophia came out, she was born by C-section.
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't prepared. They put her on me, and my first words were so rude, but I meant it. I don't care. I don't take it back. I said, "Oh my God, put a hat on that thing." Because she had this cone head thing that it was lopsided and it went out and it was huge. And I was, her dad, he looks at me, he's like, oh, because like, you know, that's not the moment that they're also prepared for, right? They're supposed to be.
No one, you're not prepared for it. My last one, my youngest.
You did not.
My last one when she came out, she was not upside down. She wasn't breech, but she was backwards where her spine was up against mine. So instead of coming out by the crown, she came out by the forehead.
Yeah.
So she was trying to come out this way. So her head, like this part of her head was misformed because their heads are soft, right? It went back. She's beautiful now. But she had 2 black eyes. Her eyes were bloodshot because vessels broke in her eyes.
She wasn't very smart. Hey.
And then she came out, and this part of her head she looked like a unicorn. It was so gross. They got her flipped around and she was delivered. But yeah, they don't prepare you for that, right?
No, they don't.
Austin's PayPal is Real Housewives of Alberta.
Yes, for Austin. Austin needs to give. Oh my God, you guys! I don't mean to be. I'm sorry. I was 16. No. I was horrified. If it makes you feel any better, I had him on Good Friday. It was a Good Friday, and I was in high school. So the school was out, and everybody knew I'd had the baby. So they all showed up at the Foothills Hospital. Holly. The Foothills Hospital was so overwhelmed, they actually started to like lock her down, like 4 at a time can go through the room. I had a revolving door of teenagers coming to see the fucking teenage baby, because I refused to switch schools.
Yeah.
But my one friend, James Beach, he walked in. And Austin is in, because he's got jaundice, he's in a little incubator thing with his little, you have to put little gloves on them and little sunglasses.
And the little sunglasses under the lights, yeah.
Yeah, but the baby's naked. And you know what he said, this kid? Oh, my dick's way bigger than his. I'm like, he's quite literally 6 hours old, James. Like,
well, the correct response to that is, I fucking hope so.
Well, it just was quite funny, though, because like what that puts into perspective to me, like how young I was too.
Yeah.
Like, I was so young that was my friend's reaction.
Yeah.
Which was so immature and whatever. But
he grew up.
Austin does probably need a give and go. I mean, listen, guys, I was definitely winging it with that poor child.
Yeah. He turned out great. You have good kids. They're all beautiful.
Yeah, he did turn out great-ish.
Yeah. They're all beautiful, and they're not missing.
Yeah, I didn't sell them, and they're not in the garbage. And I don't know. I don't know where these kids are. I just know they're missing. How do you how can you not find them? How does a police force? You're dirty. That one is hard. Oh, geez. Yeah, no, parenting's fucked, isn't it, guys? I mean, honestly, one of the funniest things I remember about being a teenage mom is that also nobody warned me about is that your boobs will leak. So, like, yeah, I breastfed the baby, right? But I was also, like, it was both. It was bottle and breast. So I didn't know that alcohol will actually make your boobs flood like a beer. So I'd gone to a party, I'd say 3 months in, just for a couple hours. And I was sitting there. I only had one beer. I was only staying for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I had one beer. And all of a sudden, everybody was uncomfortable. And I didn't know why. And then I looked down, and I had these giant wet spots that went from the top of my shirt down to the bottom. And it was just disgusting. And it's like, yeah, that was it. I was done. No more parties for me. I'm done. It's over.
Well, that happens when you're breastfeeding and you're like, you leave the baby at home with grandma or something to just go do grocery shopping. And you hear a baby crying in the distance, and you just know that hungry cry. It's different from a pain cry or an uncomfortable cry. It's the hungry cry. Your body, as a woman, your body just goes, oh, there's a hungry baby. Bleh, and you just milk.
Well, yeah.
It's like, oh, shit.
I do miss that part. I was a great breastfeeder. What is this? JF's potato wife. Who's that?
I don't know who JF. Oh.
Who's JF? Mr. Scott Awesome.
James Franco?
What? No.
Justin Federline?
Is that his name?
I'm just making up names. I don't know. Mr. Scott Awesome, you're gonna have to be a little more clear than just.
I used to script strangers. In restaurants when they weren't looking. I did because me and my sister thought it was so funny. So I just all I'd have to do is squeeze my arm, and it would go through because it was high pressure, super soaker. I just squeezed my arm in, and it would go. When people walk by, we were fucked up. Fucked up.
If you guys have any questions about the female, processes or anything that's happening, I'm, perimenopausal right now. You got any questions about that?
You want to know something fucked up about perimenopausal?
No, your labia doesn't disintegrate. It doesn't disappear. It's still there.
The labia disappears.
No, it doesn't.
Google it, men. Does the labia disappear on menopausal women?
You have to take care of your hormones. So moving on.
Holly's gonna lose her labia.
Not if I keep my hormones balanced. And you do that through good food, eating herbs,
I'm
and
so scared of that. I don't like that. That really actually bothers me more than anything else in the whole world.
you know,
don't like it. Your labia can actually just go bye-bye.
well, my okay, I'm not going to say that because we're on the
Yes.
internet. Anyway, so we covered last week the people being rescued from the International Space Station floating in space situation.
The French Canadian white nationalist, JF. Do you mean Jeremy McKenzie?
No, that's JM.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. I just figured maybe Mr. Scott also.
But French Canadian. He's not French.
Measure Schmidt, help us out. Who is JF?
Yeah, you gotta give us something, Scott Awesome.
His real name.
Or just the initial and the last name, maybe that'll give us. Anyway, while we're waiting for that, I'm really proud of us because we're the ones that released the "That Was All Fake and Gay" before everyone else caught on to that. The fact
don't
that her
think we
hair
were.
was dyed and she was tanned and everything was all the shiny new suits that just came from a package and the boots and all that stuff. We're not going back to that. No, Messerschmitt. No, we're not talking about that.
Labia disappear. They go into they crawl right back up into your vagina where they came out of.
No, it's lack of hormones and it makes them shrink. But if you keep your hormones
So they're
balanced, it doesn't.
gone. Where they fall off, actually, you just pull off your panties one day and you got
Yeah, just one day you're just like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, okay, if that happens, I will show them on stream.
Don't you dare tell me if that happens. Ollie. I don't want to know because I need to know that doesn't happen.
Guaranteed in our chat, I'm gonna send pictures. I'll be like, oh my god, Jandel, it happened.
I'll be so traumatized. Well, where's your potato wife? But you don't have a potato wife. You've got a fun girlfriend.
Yeah, you've got a nice lady. Unless there's someone else.
There's no one else. She a fucking murderer. Are you kidding me? Oh my
Anyway,
God.
so
No.
we were the first ones to break the fact that that was super fake and gay.
I don't
that
think
they
we
did
were,
that.
but we can pretend.
Okay, I am declaring this on the internet right now that last Tuesday we were the ones that broke it first. We broke it. We broke the news. Anyhow, this video came out afterwards about the actual, because I didn't see the dragon landing in the ocean until later.
Yeah.
And with the dolphins swimming around and the rescue
It's
from
beautiful. It was a majestic moment.
it was a
There was the
majestic
labia floating off to the side.
the labia were jumping. Anyway, so this video came out. I think this sums up everything that we believe / think about all of that stuff.
Can someone please explain this? Please? Like, I'm so confused. Sometimes I just don't want to make videos anymore. I'm so disturbed and I'm so upset with the state of the world and the state of the lies and deception and confusion and just nothing being real and AI and just underestimating the global consciousness and our intelligence and just, I don't know, treating us all like absolute idiots, like thinking that we're so dumb that this right here would be passed off by the masses as real and no one would question it. Like, I'm not saying anything, guys. You already know what's going on. You've seen enough videos, you've seen enough AI to know what the fuck this is. And it just literally destroys my core, destroys my heart, destroys my soul. Like, what the fuck universe, what the fuck multiverse are we in? And how the fuck do we get out of this shithole?
Yeah.
They think we're stupid. They think we're all stupid. Vanilla Ice can figure it out. We can figure it out.
I know, right? If Vanilla Ice can figure it out. But yeah, like I saw that video of them in the pod, like after it landed and the dolphins and then the circling images and everything like that. And the people on the boats like doing this constantly.
What are they poking it for? Like they're fishing? Trying to catch it?
Well, there's that little hooky do that they do the grabby thing and they pull their boat into it so they can open up the door and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when I'm old enough to have seen the landings from the other missions where you can see it floating and the waves splashing and it's
realistic.
Just the helicopter circling up above, that the downdraft actually moves the water beneath it. Like, even if it was a drone, wouldn't, like, I don't know.
You're such a dickhead.
Yes. I liked her with the gray hair better, actually. Just saying. But
Well,
it was just the fakeness and the gayness of everything is just.
It is. I'm getting tired of it. But you guys, listen, if you can do me one solid, just please, can you guys get some cheap car parts from basically 1990 to 2008, nothing newer. Just start stockpiling on. Pick your car. I don't give a shit what it is. Trust me, you can get it at a junker. Just start doing it. You'll thank me later.
Yeah.
And Holly, we should probably close soon, but will you play the song I clicked? It's from Cat Got Your Tongue. It's quite fun.
Yes. Yeah, I've got that one. It's set up here. But if you want to look into this further, there's the AI generated picture of her shaking hands in the blue suits that we were talking about. There's her shaking hands, and then the guy standing right behind what was his name, Buck and Sunny, or whatever their names are, the two astronauts that were saved.
Right.
The guy behind her has 3 arms.
Oh, wow, that's normal. Holly is an alien.
Do you remember the video we shared last week about the alien actually on the ISS?
That was probably him.
Proven. Proven. Just saying. We are geniuses. Okay, I'm going to go to the video.
Where is his potato of a wife is what Mr. Scott Austin, Wicked Scott Austin is asking.
Mr. Scott Austin?
Where is JF Garpy? Where's his wife? Do you know, Messerschmidt? I don't know.
Just have to, I've got to skip past the advertisements.
All right.
So,
and then we're going to go after this song, but we love you and thank you for being here. You're all my
yes, yeah. Thank you everybody for showing up today for us, as you usually do on the Tuesdays.
And for returning after we fucked her up. Well, after I fucked it up.
And returning after we stopped the stream in the beginning. Oh,
and thank you,
who
Ty,
died?
got your tongue for this link. Oh, Messerschmidt, she died. May she rest in peace to the potato.
Oh, yeah, let's pour someone out. I got my soda stream water. There we go.
Right.
Yeah, see, she did look better with the gray hair. Just embrace it. If your labia falls off, you get the gray hair, you just embrace it.
My labia falls off. I'm gonna mail them to 2 people, 1 each. Messerschmidt, you're on the list, just because it'd just be horrifying.
Yeah, if you get a strange piece of meat in the mail, it's from
it's not beef jerky.
It's not, don't eat it. We're so gross.
It's so good though.
I can't breathe. Yeah. Oh, and here we go. It's easy. Just quit watching garbage. Throw your phone away if you need your life. Or you know what? Get some chickens.
Or just keep being horrified and watching Trainwreck. That's what I can do. I don't have chickens and I don't have a life, so I'm just gonna stick with it.
You're always welcome to come up here.
Thanks, Holly. Karen might.
You're welcome. All right, we're gonna play us out with this beautiful song
from Cat Got Your Tongue.
From Cat Got Your Tongue. She sent us last week. We didn't have enough time to get her set up, but anyway, thank you, everyone. On your way out, can you please make sure you like the stream, share us with your friends, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
When the world must come together as one, a day and all people dying. Oh, it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth to know love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. As God has shown us, by turning stone to bread, and so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out, and there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's no way we can fall.
Well, let's realize, oh, that a change can only come
when we stand together as one.
Yeah.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me.